You're watching pressure, not panic, not chaos, just pressure. Because strength doesn't need to shout to be real. Becoming confident, convinced this space should crack. That numbers and noise will be enough, and the first attacks hit the wall the way they always do. But every unit they send, every strike they commit, it isn't breaking anything. It's feeding it. You can see the moment it sets in, when confidence turns into hesitation. So they push harder, more attacks, more resources, more effort stacked on top of bad math. Fires don't start here. They start on the way out. Because this wall wasn't built for highlights. It was built for endurance. Wave after wave, the result stays the same. Because defense here isn't passive, it's patient. This is what happens when pressure meets structure, when noise meets restraint, when ego meets a wall that doesn't care. Welcome to WWC Live.
Mute my audio and get the boys in. All right, check, gentlemen. You there? Oh, you got it. Now you got to mute your TV because now you're gonna hear everything through here anyway. Can you let me pull you in? Hold on a second. Well, yeah, you gotta mute your TV. Or mute whatever you're getting that volume from.
I got you.
There you're on.
No, that was my beer can opening.
Welcome in, everybody, to WWC. If you do not have a drink tonight, please grab one with us, because it is going to be it's going to be quite the experience. So, 3D, 4D. We have with us the one, the only WisconsinFinest, if you will. Wisconsin, you are welcome. And also alongside the sledgehammer himself, Clamhammer. Welcome, Clam. Or Clam's not anymore.
What up?
Oh, there he is. So we are going to talk 71, boys. You got to mute your TV, man. You guys, amateur hour over here. Got feedback.
That's Clam. That ain't me.
That's got to be Clam.
I listened to you the first time. I'm smarter than that.
Clam, Wisconsin's outsmarting you. All right, gentlemen. So tonight we will get into the story of 71, if you will. Prior to myself coming in, you guys have nothing but details about that, as you will. So, Wisconsin, what server do you originally come from before 71?
Clam and I we started out early together. We were both in 78.
78 with Hulk.
We grew up with Hulk.
Were you both in H2K with Hulk?
Clam was a little more well behaved than I was, so I was with H2K, then I was peacefully removed, and then came back. You know me, I get a little outspoken at times.
No. Clam, were you were H2K the whole time?
Yeah, I was H2K all the time.
Okay.
Originally LGO. Gotta remember that.
LGO. Was that one of the early 78 servers? One of the early 78 alliances?
That was the original.
And then you
Yeah,
turned
that was
you turned LGO into H2K?
That's right.
Okay. Gotcha. You know, in season 1, you guys, or season 2, you guys beat up on poor little 72 over here.
Well, we had to do what we had to do.
All proud of yourselves, puffing your chest out, beating up on 72.
I think that was when Clam first got his first 100K kills.
Probably.
Oh man.
He could have. He could have easily. Could have got a million, 3 million kills at that point. Okay, so you guys have 72. You obviously have the Love Fest at 78, and at season 2. And then for the people who don't know, you were then moved over to 71. At that point, Hulk made a deal to come over, and so how was the initial move over to 71? Were you guys in paradise?
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a kind of feel out process, you know, kind of get to know. I mean, we split up into 2 alliances. We had FS4, FSX.
Not in season 3 though. Season 3 you were all together, right?
No, we were still split.
Oh, you were.
We had so many people come over from 78 that we did FS4 and FSX.
So how did that work? How was the dynamic of coming with that many people over and then knowing that they couldn't play with each other? Were there hurt feelings right off the rip?
Clam, you were an X.
No,
so
I came over into 4.
You came over into 4, and
Yeah.
but like we had a handful, you know, I mean almost 50-50 split, but if you remember, we also had Tyson and his crew
In 4.
So
in
at
4
that
as
point-
well.
we had 3 golds.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people that came over in 78 must have had to go to X, right? At that point?
We actually split it. That was the first season where we did all the high players into FS4 and the mid players into FSX.
Yep.
So yeah, it was kind of split, and then we kind of negotiated like, okay, like if FSX needs help, FS4 will jump in.
Okay. And then
Obviously back in season 3, that was a different story than what season 5 was.
obviously, right. So in season 3 though, like at its peak, like how strong were you guys? Like put it into perspective. Like how strong were you guys? Like what kind of wars were you winning? Were you just blowing out stuff like Desert Storms and any war that you were in? Was there even competition?
There was no
wasn't close.
competition.
It wasn't close.
No,
Desert
you got to figure
Storm,
back then. We had Tyson, we had Deerfly, and we had Hulk.
King.
And King. Yep. And Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Everybody says that in the
King
same
won.
breath. They all say the same. They go down in order. They go Crazy. They go Hulk, King, Wisconsin. That's the steps that you take.
I think you're overlooking a few people.
I'll tell you what.
But I appreciate you.
I'm gonna show everybody on here. Not that crazy because you just got knocked out of the top 10 in kill. You were right up there in kills. You're 11th in kills. You were right behind. That's pretty good. 35 mil. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I will preface that I also have had a handful of trolls, and so as soon as the trolls catch me when I farm a little bit, their entire alliance gets burned. So,
So the team.
the credit.
So the team's blowing everybody out. No one's touching you. I mean, I remember Deer, in the mud in season 3, and it was just ridiculous. Nobody could do anything. It was silly. So ultimately, what do you guys think? Like before things went sideways, right? Like what made the team special? What made you guys Was it just the fact that you had that much power, or was it a dynamic within the team?
I mean, I think it was a dynamic within the team. We all knew each other. We all talk every day. I mean, our alliance chat, if you logged off for 20 minutes and logged back in, you'd have 500 missed messages.
Yeah, so you guys were tight.
And not just that, it was like Desert Storm, like we're all on voice chat. Even the people that weren't playing in the afternoon or the morning, like we're on just shooting it then, just 10 minutes beforehand. And then we would go ahead, nighttime, same thing, reset. We're sending coordinates to everybody. And we're laughing at, this person's got 3 walls, 4 walls up, like, come grab some.
Yeah.
Like we just had that full dynamic that worked really well.
And I don't think people understand how important that is, right? Like when you're doing Desert Storm, a lot of people just log in wherever they are and just play and get off. But a whole different dynamic when all of you are on chat talking, organized, strategy, doing all that, right? I mean, it's just a different world.
Oh, it's absolutely different. It changes the entire aspect of it.
Right.
If someone's, hey, I'm at Oil Refinery 1, I'm getting hit here, can one of the bigger players jump over and boom, we're there.
Yep.
Right.
I'd agree. And like one of the language barriers, like FS4, we got German, French, a couple of people that speak Hebrew. The one thing we used was a clock system. And so we would just go, say, 3 o'clock. And people knew where we were going or who needed help somewhere just by saying that. And that made a big difference for some of our really tight battles that we had. Where it, like, Kings sometimes would be like 5-10 minutes late. Or Deerfly might not be on right away.
Right.
And it's like, okay, we're actually in a pressure situation. And so then everyone knows to do this or do that.
Yeah. So, playing with Deerfly at that point, right? Season 3, like, everybody knows, like, incredibly strong at that point, like ridiculous, right, in the game, and how it was. But like, did you get to witness? Like sometimes Hulk just talks about the violence that she just didn't care. Like, I mean, everybody was just getting flattened. Was there just like a straight difference in that season 3 and when you actually played with real Deerfly on how it was?
I'll give you those. Like when I first joined 71, first joined FS4, we were doing a Desert Storm. And Deerfly was at the center, the silo. Mm-hmm. And she fell asleep.
Okay.
I swear to God. Yeah, she fell asleep. And then she woke up about 5 minutes later, and everyone just burned. Like, she sent squads as fast, diamond sped them everywhere, and she single-handedly won us that Desert Storm.
Wow. Wild. Wow. So just like everybody sees today, like everybody watches on, like now imagine, Deer could have had her own YouTube, like a year and a half ago, right? Because that's all everybody shows now. You see everybody diamond speeding left and right to Winter Storm, and that's really like back in the day. That's what Deer was doing, right? Just
absolutely
everywhere.
Yeah. Her level of, you've seen it firsthand when Hulk does it, in some of the Desert Storms. I mean, she was doing it the same level, but almost like if Hulk was 7th grade, she was 8th grade at the time of doing it.
Right.
In season 3.
Yeah, she was so much more powerful than everybody. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's all it was. Like, and I love Hulk, great dude, but like, it was just that power difference back then that made it that like make or break type moment sometimes. That it was just like, because we had a handful where it was like we got back to Alliance chat and it would be like, that was down to the wire. Like, we won by 4 seconds. And, and we would just be like, how did that happen? And she'd be like, well, some gems were used.
Yeah.
And then she would go back to her quiet self and not say anything for about 2 days. And then come back with something else.
Yeah. Well, I remember even in 72 when she was first coming on and playing like verses, and we would sit there in IMI and we would try to catch FS4 in verses, and we used to think like, oh, look, we're in it. We're still hanging. And we were doing everything we could every single day to whatever. And then right at the, 5-10 minute mark, she would just blow it out. Like, it would just be ridiculous. It would just look like a blowout at that point. She'd just wait until like 5 to 10 minutes before, and poof, the score would just skyrocket. It was just playing with us, just toying with us at that point.
Well, a lot of it, like, sometimes, like, I remember she would be 0 points all the way through, and then I would see just alliance gifts just popping in, and then it would just be 100 million points in 2 minutes, and that's just alliance gifts before she drops drone parts for tonight, building tomorrow, and it would just be nuts.
Yeah. Well, the alliance gifts are awesome, by the way. Like, somebody's gonna go do that, and all of a sudden they're dropping like $1,000. You're just hitting those alliance gifts like crazy.
Yeah, those ones. Sorry, Clem.
I think Hulk right now is he's more into it.
Who?
Hulk he's the man right now.
No doubt.
Green Man.
I mean, listen, the Green Man blew up. Like, he took that gamma ray, and man, he has been pumping up like crazy. I mean, here we are. Like, I got verses right here, and if you look, I mean, he's at 104, 115. He got 115 as his top and 104 each on his side. It's just ridiculous. And even like Deer at this point is 116 and 104. So Hulk is almost caught her at this stage. And granted, obviously it's a different, Deerfly the last couple seasons, but it just goes to show, I mean, Hulk has just been crazy. Like, he's another, and violence personified. It's a sight to see.
It's been massive, and I mean, Clam and I are buddies on the side, and we had kind of a side joke bet that Hulk would go ahead and overtake Deerfly in total hero power and squads just in general by the time transfers came up. And I mean, we're pretty much seeing that, right here.
You guys,
where it's like,
you guys would have been pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, what would you think? A week? Maybe 2 weeks?
No, probably. Let me see. What is it actually? What's the actual hero power? Let's see. No, I mean 16 million. No, he's got a little bit. He's got a little bit. It's just hard to make up at this stage, like, because he's got to go for things like 100% things like tactical, and try to push his drone to 300. Like, there's just nothing that goes very fast. So persistence, I mean, probably. Although once you get to the new server, it'll give new, like, when he's playing and with other folks, he's gonna push a little bit more too. So you're probably like 3-4 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes nuts.
So if I let you on a little secret, okay. I know where Hulk's tactical is in percentage, and he's at 92%. That was last Tuesday.
Yep.
He's already at 92%. So.
Oh yeah. So and the thing is, like, I was being in FSX and watching that his tactical and his valor get used. It's outrageous. Like, he'll get 140 million in tech sometimes, 120 million in tech, and you're like, I don't even understand. It's crazy. It's just nuts. And then he'll say that was only pushing 10% or something of tactical, or 12%, something like real small. You would think it would be a big chunk, but it's not. So even though he's
the amount of valor.
What's that?
It's because of the amount of valor.
Right. And that's the thing. He can only buy so much valor. Like, so you buy out the events and stuff as it comes. But I wouldn't doubt that he has it within the next few weeks. Like, he'll have that 100%. So your confidence, like, you guys have to been soaring, and then you kind of, season 4 hits, and you guys have that negotiated season essentially in season 4, right? So is it that confidence kind of turns into complacency for you guys?
I would say once Tyson left and we kind of did a my personal take is once we did a reshuffle of X and 4 and move some folks around, that we still thought that things were going to be easy, and honestly a lot of overconfidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take. It was, people didn't want people weren't sure if original Deer was gonna come back, just for season, into season 4, or what her plan was, and then it was, a closely guarded secret that wasn't a secret, and so it became a few big things that turned into more.
Okay.
So I'll say for season 4, I got transferred over from FS4 to FSX, and I was brought into R4 over here.
Mm-hmm.
And back then we had Mike. I don't know if you've ever covered Mike.
Yep. Mike the Man, who ended up after season 4 moving to 120. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
So we had Mike. He was a great player. He was a very personable guy. We had him over here, and then we had me, him, Deer. And then in the middle of the night, one night, like, there was nothing happening, no fights or anything. We just saw 3 people leave, and Deer was one of them. She went back to FS4 with no saying. And then Hulk said, well, I'm coming to X. Hulk came to X, and we laid down the law. Like, if someone wanted to challenge us, we were going to fight. There wasn't, hey, no, you guys have that. No,
right.
We were going to fight.
Right. So shift the mentality a little bit from that negotiation attitude of FS4 where you win fights, but there's kind of like a fine line that was built, right? That, TGO kind of had a lot to do, where it was that negotiation of, hey, we can whoop your ass, so you guys want to negotiate this thing around and, like, figure out how to get that stage of multiple alliances and the strategic aspect of negotiating, which just kind of like, all right, let's just get violent and come to FSX and start whooping people.
That's exactly true. Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you could see that dynamic.
To his credit, I will say, like, TGO and I butted heads, on certain things, but he definitely played a lot of the unseen role with all the personalities. Like, he did a lot to, I mean, you know me, I can post my feet out there, but I can also blow up at somebody.
Yeah.
And he would go ahead and send me a message and be like, I'm working on it, just chill out for a half hour and I'll get back to you. Like, he did a lot of behind the scenes that nobody saw, that really kind of leveled people out. And to his credit, and I wish he was still around more, but that's just one thing that he never spoke of or talked about really in our chats, but that he did. So
TGO, I mean, TGO was a great leader until he wasn't.
I think, like, it was a long dynamic for TGO. He did it for a long time. Like, it didn't just start, where we're talking about. It was strategic through season 1. Like, I had conversations with him in season 1 and season 2, season 3, season 4. Did amazing with all the negotiation and talking, and
4 seasons he did great.
Yeah.
There's this last one.
Well, because
he had some other personal issues, so I won't fault him for that.
No, I mean, a lot of people had a lot of stuff going on. Listen, it was kind of everything hit the fan, right? Like, it was also the time of year. It was the holidays. A lot of people had a lot of things going on. I know he was in the middle of, like, personally, like, moving and so he had a lot of stuff going on his own end that he had to take care of. I think, though, when you break it down to the game mechanics of what happened as we moved and transitioned, it was more the straight up, there was no negotiation. I think that FS4 was so used to 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons, number 1 in rewards. And FSX just not giving a crap about rewards. After what Hulk said, it was just like, we're not going to negotiate. Like, literally, going in, I think it's funny because I think people look at the after effects and they're like, oh, sure, you say that now. But I mean, if anybody that was in FSX before the season started knew Hulk was just, I just want to tell you right now, there's no negotiations. It's going to be violence. And that's it. That's what was said. And I was 100% on board with that. And, but I think from an FS4 perspective, knowing that you're first all the time, knowing that you're going to talk to folks, trying to be organized, trying to get around stuff and not just be like, just push your head into the wall and run as fast as possible, that wasn't how things operated. I don't think people took that well. So
no, they didn't. They definitely didn't take it well, and obviously it wasn't perceived well. And that's why even you and me, right, we both switched from FSX to FS4 for what, a week?
Right. For the best.
How did that happen? How did that go? How did that go?
Just about a week. Yeah, I think.
Not well.
Yeah, how did that go?
Not well. I mean, I was willing to give, like, to drop and lose a day. By the way, for anybody that wants to switch teams during the season, it is not fun. It is a lonely time out there in Fraserville when you can't do anything, and you're trying to fight and battle out there by yourself. It sucks. But yeah, I mean, I was willing to try it. Like, you want to stack the team, you want to take one shot at the Palace thing, but it was a gigantic mistake to go to FS4. But Glenn said,
tell you that,
go ahead, Glenn.
I'll ask you this, QB. I'll ask you. Mm-hmm. What did you and me discuss the day before?
Going to FSX. Everybody coming to FSX. Yeah.
I think that might have changed it.
Maybe. I think that people were. I think people were more gone mentally at that point. I think people were in a different spot. I think people were upset again because of the clash of mentalities. I don't think everybody was in. I don't think it was all hands in at that point. I think people were upset because we just wanted to have fun and fight and do the season and say hell with it. And if you watch that last battle, you're watching what happens when a team that might be outmatched in numbers can come together and come up with a game plan and make it work. You see that. And that could have happened more along the season if it was, buying in together. And I just don't think that was the case. I really think we're operating on two different teams with two different mental dynamics that weren't bought into the same game plan. And you can't have that on your server. You can't go into a season and not be on the same page. You have to be able to look at somebody. And that was the thing I think was the biggest dynamic shift change it is what it is, but we went from 4 straight seasons and this entire game on 71 looking at TGO. And season 5 was looking at Hulk. It wasn't looking at TGO anymore. And I think that might have been a bitter pill to swallow. I think that might have been a dynamic. Maybe not. Maybe whatever. I don't want to speak about what they're thinking and what they're doing, but I'm just saying there's no doubt that the server looked at Hulk. He was,
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But can I give a shout out to Tag Wolf?
Yeah.
He came in, dude. I see him. He's in the side chat. I see him in there. Tag came in and he did the best he could with what he had. I think we can all agree on that, right?
I 100% agree. 100%.
Are you sure it was Tag or Junior? Because Junior, I think, is the branch of the operation.
I agree. I think sometimes Junior's on Tag's account, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
I do. Yeah. Tag was phenomenal. I 100% agree. Really, you needed somebody to kind of center everything a little bit. I stepped back. I had a lot of personal things going on anyway. I didn't want to jump in and add to the drama that was happening in the R4 chat, but I tagged it an amazing job.
No, I saw his name pop up in the side, so I had to give him a shout out.
So cute of you.
It is, isn't it? All right, so Clem, why is it that everybody knows what Wisconsin's feet look like on YouTube?
Why?
Yeah, why is that?
Because he sends him at least once a day. Sends a nice feet pic.
I only do it to lighten the mood when people are stressed, or it's too quiet, and I feel that I just gotta put a little shock value out there. Like when I transfer, the first thing that's going into Alliance chat, it's not going to be a secret. These toes are out there, baby. And I'll probably be kicked from my new Alliance right away.
All right. So your feats were infamously known on 71 as you were trying to get them on screen constantly, because of a well-known conflict that might have been actually breaking news only known in 71. Dum dum dum. Might be.
Mm-hmm.
Might be.
Potentially.
So how did that go? How was that as the infamous Shaka as a teammate of yours, Wisconsin?
He and I butted heads every so often. I would call out some stuff. I don't like double standards. That's never been my jam. So I'll call it out as I see it. And, I never want anyone to fight my battles for me on that. And so I would just go ahead and say it in Alliance chat, not in DMs, because I want people to see that I'm saying it for myself, even if other people might be thinking it. And so when it came from, the Deerfly is not here, it's somebody else, I would say it. I would get some repercussions on the back end of it, whether it was like, hey, we might hold you out at Desert Storm or Canyon, or we might go ahead and not have you, even though you were MVP or the top 3 or 5 for this week, we're going to take you out of the running for the train. I'll deal with it. But I don't like dealing in the side secrets and back room. People need to know, especially if that person that's running the account now, they need to know that. Like, that's how a team works.
So you
shouldn't be just hiding behind the shadow of a name.
So let me ask you that though. You would get penalized in the alliance for saying some of those things.
Correct.
Okay.
I got held out of desert and canyon.
You were held out of multiple desert storms. I know this because I was R4.
Yeah. Yeah. I think 3 or 4 times total.
Deserving Clam?
I was not agreed with. He called out people for not meeting. So FSX or FS4. It's a high level alliance, right?
Yep.
So they have standards. So meet your daily minimums on these things.
Yep.
If you don't do that, hey, what's going on? So Wisconsin would call that out, and then he would get penalized for calling the people out. I did not agree with, but that's just me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, QB, you know me. I'm pretty blunt. And so some of the things that I can, like when we talked about transfers last week for a couple hours, some of my intentions can come off wrong just because of you're not on voice, you're on chat. Like it can be misconstrued of like this is my voice now versus what I'm saying in Alliance chat. It just comes off angry versus no, it's just call it like I see it.
Right.
And so that also was sometimes misconstrued where some people would go ahead and be like, you're really fired up. And I'm like, I'm just typing on my phone. Like you want me fired up. You got a whole different Wisconsin going.
So Clam, as an R4 though, I mean, I know there were things that were happening on live, like leaking Desert Storm strategies or voice calls and alliance messages that other people could read, other teams and stuff. But was there ever anything that leadership tried to do to stop the leak from happening?
Oh, from stopping the leak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, there was a few of us that tried. Absolutely. But then others, I'm not going to drop names or anything.
Right.
But yeah, there was others who were like, oh, they just do their own thing. They do it.
Leave them alone.
And I'm like, well, that's not really, that's not how we want to do it.
Right.
And now we're disheartening our members because if this guy's not meeting his minimum requirements and he's not doing what he has to, why should everyone else?
Right. And it came to a head ultimately, right? Because it came to a head with an enormous blowout at FS4 over this. Because I mean, Wisconsin finally left.
It was me. I brought it to a head. Yes.
Oh, you did. You ultimately brought it to the head.
With TGO, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh,
That's where I got traded, if you don't recall.
I remember you getting traded. I loved it. It was right before the season too.
Yeah, that was me, man.
Yeah. Good for you, Clam. For finally for your sticking up for your boy over there.
Oh, he knows.
First time. I mean, he still holds it over my head.
Nah, I like Tag way more than I like you, but
no.
That's all right.
I like Junior more. I like Junior more than both y'all. So I mean.
Okay, so
he at least puts up with me.
So in that chat, did it ever end up? Did any of the leaks or the strategy stuff? I know. Google, is it Googleina? Like, what is that? What is her name? She was amazing. I didn't get it. What is it?
Googleina?
Yeah, she was awesome, by the way. I didn't get nearly enough time to talk to her. She was awesome.
Wisconsin knows her really well.
She's. If you want someone to scare you, call her. She scares me.
Oh, I thought she was awesome. I was like, she's incredibly.
She is awesome.
But
no, she is awesome. But she has a very feisty side at times where when she gets fired up,
yeah.
you would need to leave the house.
Well,
she just let her chill.
She was fired up in my messages talking about the leaking of information from Storm and Lions messages, whatever. She was all fired up talking to me. Like I was like, wow. Before she finally quit. Which hopefully she comes back at some point.
She is back. She is actually back now.
Oh, is she? I'm going to message her. That's awesome.
She is moving. She is moving over with myself to another alliance.
Oh, okay. We're going to get into that. So I'm very excited to know that she's with you going there. That's awesome. Okay. So let's enough about the Shaka stuff. Let's move into season 5, and talk about like non-selfish play. Let's talk about something more interesting. So season 5 happens. Fast forward, uninteresting. Like season 5, we go through the whole war with essentially 190, the 171. You guys followed it on stream. I'm not going to get into it at this point, rehash it all. But everything's said, and as we move forward, we talk about we move to the same team. We move to FS4. A lot of us from FSX one time to try to have almost like a super team where we were going to try to go for the Palace, and nobody could get along or on the same page. And it was okay. I'm just going to move back to FSX, and at that point there was kind of a line drawn in the sand. Between FS4 and FSX a little bit, especially with Hulk, it seemed. And Deerfly ends up over on FS4. FSX. Wisconsin, you stayed on FS4 though.
Yes, I did. I have been, besides a handful of weeks in the off season when I floated around to FSBS, I was in AKM, just trying to help folks around there, what they need for gear or reports or, switch this or that. I was doing that in the off season. When it came to season 5, after the Palace, and, we've seen your videos, we've seen a lot of videos about it. The Palace was Malice at the Palace, Pistons, Detroit back in the day. I mean, it was just a brawl, but it was an outnumbered brawl. And then when you come here, I stayed at 4 because originally I was only going to X for that trade, and then when we moved over for the power, I never got told to go back or what to happen. Like, that's where we had a little bit of a leadership vacuum. So I stayed to try and make things as best I could with 4 to see where we could get at.
Now, to move to the next stage of this conversation, it's important for everybody to know, when you're in Season 5, wherever your base is, that is the world chat that you can see. So yes, if you go to 89, like in our season we had 89, you can see their world chat. You go to 71, your base is there, you can see that world chat. If you go to the middle of the map, you can see the middle of the map world chat. So as the teams stay divided of FS4 and FSX, FS4 is taken more to the north, off the middle of the map, to make the best of a bad situation and get as many cities and influence points they can, not staying in the middle of the map, but more off towards the north, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, we were off towards like the upper right side of server 71 at that point.
Yep. Go ahead, Clem.
No, I was just saying that's fair, man. Like, yeah, your assessment. Whereas So we split. It was obvious.
Right. And FSX's main spot was in the middle of the map. So we never were actually in the same world chat for the last probably 2 weeks, I'll say. Because after the Palace, there was another 2 Palaces once a week. So around a week and a half to the last 2 weeks of the season, we were not. And it was around that time after the Palace where 190 and AOV really took off on world chat, going after Hulk after every battle, every fight. It was yip yapping, trying to stir him up and go after him. And this was repeated as we went through probably the last 2 weeks of the season. Is that fair, boys?
Well, I was there. Yeah, I watched it.
Wisconsin
was
with it.
100%.
Yeah,
I guess
the only times that I saw it, like, you know, both of you guys would message me and a few others being like, "Hey, can you take a spot here?" Or "We need you to go try and help port people in the mud here." You know, that's the only time I saw the world chat for the last 3 weeks of the season.
Right. So you pretty much missed a lot of the ridiculousness that was coming into that world chat. That was just poking at Hulk and everybody at FSX and you know, just dumb. For somebody to be so advantaged with their teams and also equally as like cocky and just continuously saying how strategic and amazing they were. It was quite funny. But in any case, after the season, so we get into transfers, and everybody in 71, as it's not a secret at this point, is, you know, not everybody, but the majority of the people on FSX, FS4 are transferring to different spots as teams. Not able to go together based on our chairs, but we are transferring to different places. And Wisconsin was put in charge, which he did not volunteer for. Was essentially
Voluntold.
I still feel bad about that.
Was essentially put in charge and you know, trying to have conversations for an entire group of people to get them to move. And clearly, the one of the main people to move and the ace in the hole there is King, who is a VIP 18 on FS4. King was going to be on vacation and not really able to be reached, so Wisconsin was entrusted pretty much with the conversations and the move of where to take the team. Those conversations led him to server 190. Which I just like.
Can I preface on day one?
Yes.
Of those, that's where it originally was proposed, and there were handshake agreements, but
Right.
not ultimately where we will be ending up.
Right. So 190 is the place. Now, it was funny because as I had gotten off a Discord call and reached agreement on our server transfer that we were going to 118 with the handful of our folks, I am met with the news that Wisconsin FS4 is going to 190, which I can tell you, Clam, keep me honest, but the shit hit the fan at FSX when this news was leaked.
Yeah, it went bad.
Yeah, it went about as bad as it could. I mean, it was bad. It was bad. And so I know a number of people were fired up. I know Hulk was incredibly fired up. He was going to burn all of FS4. He was not happy about the whole thing.
I am well aware of how fired up he got, sir.
I know you did. You got some pleasant messages there, but I'll tell you what, the Lions chat, because it's funny, once he gets fired up, then everybody else was feeding into it, and the messages were flying, and it was like, oh, what is going on? So then once I heard that, I said, who is leading this charge? And they said, Wisconsin. I said, hold on, what? there is no way that this can be. So I started immediately messaging Wisconsin. What is he doing? And I messaged Hulk and everybody to just chill out. As a matter of fact, I think I told Clint, did I tell you, like, put a message in R4 to tell everybody to chill out?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, chill out. This isn't over yet. Let's hash this out. And then Wisconsin was on a Discord call. So I decided, okay, I'm going to hop on a Discord call with Clam. Clam and Wisconsin were talking. And we talked it out. I think ultimately, like I said, Wisconsin had no clue of the activity that was going on in the season to the extent that it was, how these folks were, what they were doing. And QB did his networking work and reached out to about 7 different servers. I worked harder to find Wisconsin a home than I did for the rest of my folks to get to 118. I was calling around. I had the phone up, calling up. But
you most definitely did, and I mean, the three of us, apart from tonight, we were on the phone for about 2.5 hours.
Correct.
Talking through the emotional side, the mental side, outside of the game. Like, we got friends for 2+ years. We're talking about it. And it's like, I was getting DMs left, right, and center. And I was like, I haven't seen what's been said for 3 weeks. I don't know, and it was from people that I trusted and I trust and I talk to and I consider friends. And it was like, this stuff is real,
Right.
Like some of the guys, like we share a lot of personal info. We talk all the time.
Right.
And so then it's like you see the full ramifications where my transfer from 78 to 71 was pre-negotiated. I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
And so this one, I mean, it's like starting a new job, but you got no training. You're just supposed to you're supposed to execute right away at 100%. And it's and when you don't, your boss is right at you.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, but Hulk, I know him personally and professionally and in the game, and I'm just like, can we step it all back just a little bit? Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
Right.
Right.
Well, I knew.
Hey, it's like, I get it. Like, my destination was predetermined. I was following Hulk. That's where I was going. Was I following QB? Maybe. Had he invited me, he didn't.
Listen, Clem. I don't need the guilt trip. I have enough to worry about. By all means, next season, if after migration, if you want, I would love to hook up any spots that we had. But
I'm just kidding.
Your problem is you're too strong. You need to just stop spending money.
Well, I'm sorry that your 207 got a purple over my 208.
He did. I'm incredibly loyal and to my guy, and shout out to Chunky. Chunky was coming with us. Listen, I would have been disowned by my own team, and I wouldn't have blamed them if I did not take Chunky with us as a purple to our destination. So regardless of who popped, it didn't matter. I mean, some people were turning us down because we had a low purple, and it was like, well, all right, well, it is what it is. I don't care. Like, this is the core group of guys that we're going with. You're either going to take them, or we're going to go to another place, and that's it. And that's how it goes. So, if it costs us, it costs us. But
no, trust me, I'm just messing with you, Q. But seriously, watching Wisconsin, he got handed his first option was, let's go to 190, right? Oh, it's great server. It's great server, isn't it? Do you want to check my DMs? Of how many people are leaving 190?
Well, and that was kind of the blinders that we had for the last 3 weeks of
Right.
not just DMs but world chat, and I got sent on Discord a lot of those DMs, like those the last week that we've had where we've all three of us have still been talking about it. It's I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week of here are more screenshots of DMs.
Yeah.
And and it showed a lot more of what what I was blind to.
Right.
And that's ignorance is bliss in a way, but in this case, it's against my friend.
I think
against people that I really care about.
Just so everybody out there understands, I just think that it's when you're put in charge of server transfer, and Wisconsin, obviously, being the virgin that he is, he didn't know to begin with kind of what was going to entail. It's one thing when you're out there looking for a spot for yourself to find a home. And you only have to worry about yourself and yourself. This is an entertaining game that we play, but people pay money on as well. Their experience in this game often depends on what server and what team they end up in. So when you have other people's games and experience in life in your hands to try to figure out where you're going to put them, their game life that is anyway, it's a big responsibility. It just is. And so, for you to be handed it, not having any prior experience, it's overwhelming. And when one server doesn't go right, it's very easy to start snowballing, not knowing who you're going to contact. You don't know other people in another server, who's going to have openings, who's going to want you, what are you going to do, who are you going to talk to. All these things happen. It's incredibly overwhelming. Myself, we've been through it so many times now. It's unfortunate to be an expert in this process, but really, I 100% get it over and over again from messages from folks how overwhelmed they are and where they're going to go, especially when they have to take people with them. And when we first started this, funny enough, when we were moving people to our first server, I think it was like 70 people or something we moved. 65 to 70 people. I cannot tell you the Excel sheet that we had. Ramp helped me putting together the people and the names and who wanted to move with us. And it was crazy. And then that whittles down and whatever. And then you end up now we're 15, you're lucky to have, 20, 30 people that you end up moving with at this stage. But, it's hard. It's incredibly hard. So when I heard you did it and you were in charge of it, I knew something was up right away when I heard Wisconsin did it. I was like, there's no way Wisconsin would do this knowing the entire story. It just didn't make sense to me.
Well, and I mean, who's goofy enough to put me in charge of anything for the most part? I mean,
no one.
I haven't been in R4 a day in my life here.
You don't know what R4
730 days or so, and it's like, why?
Right. I mean, that's the truth. The truth is that somebody dumped it on you because a lot of people move, and you're, the VIP 18, or whoever is pretty much going to have a lot of the conversations as far as we move from like Hulk, right? You're cutting out. I don't know why you're cutting out.
I figure out who and what.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think ultimately it was an unfortunate position that you were put in, but ultimately, listen, it was cool. We ended up sorting out. The long story ends with a beautiful story. Contacted 184. By the way, contacted 184 because what a class act they were at the time when I was talking to them in the middle of fighting our last war. and AOV, who was their versus opponent, asked to them to participate in that fight, and as a stand-up team as they are, said, "No, fight it on your own." I respected the crap out of that. Not to mention, I saw them in Kill Event when they were over, and I was like, "Holy crap!" They were going nuts. They were violent and fun to watch. So
they have been, so that's where the folks that are in my group that we're going to be heading to, we're going to be heading to 184. And I would say 99% of them have been. I had a Discord call this afternoon in between work and life, and they nothing but
you're cutting up. Dude, I don't know why, but Discord is cutting out.
Healthy?
Oh, Discord's like cutting out, bro.
I don't know who that is, but that guy, no. Nope.
Bah said the sound sounds like Golden Fighter. So
No, I mean, I'd really like to actually, like, talking to you, QB. How do you think we did last season?
season 5?
Yeah.
I think it was phenomenal. It was my favorite season.
Do you think we did as good as you and I think we did?
Yeah. Listen, I think at the end of the day, the game's about having fun. The game's about burning troops, and the game's about fighting. The rewards didn't matter. And by the way, still ended up top 20. When the main goal of multiple alliances were just to get us out of top 20, out of top 30. Failed miserably in that goal. But top 20, considering top 10 and top 20 are pretty similar. I think the season itself was a blast. The last fight we had. So for me, the way I looked at this season was, this whole season you have multiple alliances. All these people had all the advantages in the world, and they wanted to talk about strategy and how amazing they were and all they did when they had 4 or 5 alliances at once. And every single battle, you could have seen it on live. Any battle we fought, we may have gotten beat 100 to 12. We may have gotten beat 100 to 30, 100 to 40, whatever it was. We didn't stop fighting until that hit 100. Never stopped losing troops until the bitter end. They could have been 99.4, and I was diamond speeding in to try to stop whatever was going on.
I'm with you.
Right?
You know that. I'm with you.
Right. And so to have the last battle of the season and watch the other team quit 15 minutes left in the battle and just say, nah, it's all good. Just stop sending troops. It was amazing to know that once they faced adversity, the first time in the season, facing adversity, they quit. And for me, that was enough to make the entire season. To know what we went through and how we fought to fight in this game. And how for them to watch somebody quit, it was like, it's awesome. Absolutely incredible. It was a great feeling. It was a great team moment. It really was one of the better battles that we've been in, period, in the game, to have that happen. So I thought the season was an amazing success if your target is fun, because it had a lot of that.
I had a ton of fun. Trust me, I'm not obviously as strong as you.
Well, not as strong as Wisconsin, but I'm up there.
Well,
no.
I'll beat his ass. I'll beat his ass day in, day out.
That is very true, sir. I can't argue with you on that one. The one thing I will say with it is, like coming in from when the last battle of the season, I'm not a part. I'm a part of it from Server 71, but I'm not a part of it in trying to take anything. And being able to just see the coordination that you guys had, whether it was your like the engineers digging the rooms, you guys had a set. These are what you guys have to do.
Right.
That is the coordination that needs to happen. That's what we lacked in FS4. We didn't have that coordination level that you guys had, where it was sure FS4 we had Dub, we had a couple Champagne, we had a couple of people that we designated to get into the mud. Raviola was there. Get them into the mud. Just take up a spot. We'll reinforce on the outside if we can't get in there. Let them try and port us, and then your guys were there to go ahead and be like, all right, we got another 5 minutes.
A couple things, learning moments happened in that season. I think in season 5 and doing those battles that we were in, you were only as good as your weakest links. Because if people were not paying attention and putting troops on their wall or shielding, guarding against the mummies, you were losing prime A position. And it really hurts you to do things like engineers up front, being able to battle like we were able to. So that was one of the things that we did solid in that last battle, where people didn't lose their spots. Everybody held their positions. The best for any battle that we did all season. And then you're 100% spot on. The engineers won that battle for us. Because part of our struggles throughout the year, or through the season, I should say, were owning the mud. And those engineers the amount of people that would go out to clear a spot, it was incredible. It was lightning.
I would see 8 or 9 of you guys, like 8 or 9 bases, 3 or 4 squads into one ruin right away. And that's game breaking.
Yeah.
Because anyone that's going to port in there is going to be 70 plus, 80 plus. You're looking at, their biggest people trying to get in there, but then they got a 30-second march before they even get to the mud and get slowed down.
Yeah, and early in the season, there was one of the battles that I was in the back, and I popped into the mud and ejected as quick as I went in there by like 3 or 4 teams running rallies. But the biggest problem was I couldn't get back into the mud. Once I was removed, we didn't have anybody that were clearing those spots. There were no spots to be able to put yourself back in. And it was just part of the problem. So this battle, to just watch, I had poured it out at one point, and it was like, okay, cool. Just went, found the spot the engineers clean, and boom, right back in. And I think it's incredibly defeating for those that are trying to run rallies on you, because they're working so hard to get you out of the mud and being coordinated, that when you can pop right back in, it's just defeating watching it. So
I will say that someone did say it in your chat, Mick Sorley. That dude on his Canadian bike all the damn time, just popping runes left, right, and center. I'll give a shout out.
I will miss being able to blame Sorley for everything.
Oh, I blamed him for everything for 3 seasons. Don't worry.
Sorry, Sorley. You're a good sport, man. It was great playing with you. Yeah, just an awesome effort from everybody. It was so much fun. It was a blast, and that's what I mean. Back to Clem's point, Clem. I think about the season. What are we just talking about? It was a blast. It was fun. Every single battle, win or lose, it was just fun to log on and fight with everybody.
Oh, we had a great time.
Yeah, like just playing with like-minded people. I feel like win or lose, when you're all together and you all have the same attitude in that, the game is a blast. When you're completely divided and you're not thinking the same thing and you're arguing and you're fighting over this, what you should do, blah blah blah. Yeah, it becomes more work. What's that?
Oh, like how could this go bad?
Right. I do. Panther's 100% right. I do hate losing. It's very true. But I love fighting. So, double-edged sword there, Panther. If you're a fighter, you will lose. Listen, unless you're Stickman, or somebody who's just like 700, 800, 900 million power, you will lose. It is what it is. There's always somebody out there that is bigger and stronger than you, and it is what it is. It's okay. The point is to learn how to lose. That's the point. Figure out how to take your losses.
For me, his name is QB.
What? Losing?
Oh, you smoke me on every aspect.
Well, not every aspect. You're just. You're just a better human being.
Clam, I think I beat you in 3v3, so get used to it.
Damn it, Wisconsin. Now I'm gonna beat up on a handicapped kid.
You're gonna get him taken off this stream for swearing, and I've behaved this entire time.
Clem, do you want to say? Are you guys still keeping it a secret where you're going, or are you saying where you're going?
No, I'm going to 82.
Okay, going to 82.
And I am following Hulk. So he is also going there.
So 82 will be Hulk, Prairie, and Goose.
And Goose.
That will be a lot of fun. That will be a violent, fun server.
You get to reunite with Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah, Chuck.
There we go.
Get Chuck out there.
Let me pull them up where you're going. So you are going to 82.
Yep. Go ahead.
Top Gun. All right, what do we got?
Yep.
You got Goose and Prairie right next to each other. You're going to have big old Hulk entering into that picture. What was Hulk? 400 and something at this point? Total hero
Yeah, he's above them. He's above them.
No, he's like 4 something. Picnic is 288. Doesn't sound like a picnic to fight. Danzig, I am very familiar with fighting. I love fighting that guy. Warrior, recognize Warrior. Good stuff, Danzig. Shout out to you. Guy's awesome to fight with. It's one of those guys that we can have a fight in something like Desert Storm or Kill Event, and I will fight this guy. We'll hit each other 70 times. And then afterwards, just talk about it. He's just a good dude. Like, it's just fun.
That's how I feel with this new Winter Storm.
What do you mean? Oh, to just be able to fight and not have to worry about wins?
Yeah, you don't have to win. You just need your points.
Yeah, just fight. Listen, the Winter Storm's always been the same thing. I've said it over and over and over again to everybody. Just fight. Win, lose, you know what? Then fight 70 times if you need to. But just fight. The whole fun of it is fighting. Switch your teams around. Fight different people and, play with different folks you're not used to and message them afterward. It's just Winter Storm, they need to do more often, longer. Fighter, I love Winter Storm.
So obviously I got accepted into 82. I'm not gonna hide that. So I got messages from Prairie. I got messages from Goose. I got messages from Chuck Norris. Mm-hmm. They all say, "Hey, there goes the neighborhood. Clam's here."
Now, who was on this? So is Chuck the only one here that was on your team originally? Was anybody else or that moved here?
Who? We had Chuck and EDM.
Oh,
Is it
EDM?
EOM? Right there.
EOM.
13.
Okay. You didn't have Tainted Camel? That wasn't on your...
No, I don't know that one.
Everybody in here knows, anybody with the WWC knows, I get hooked on names. I love people who are creative with names. I think it's awesome. So, Tainted Camel is great.
Is that why you love
putting my name out there too much because I'll get reported?
I love it. I am a big fan of the name. One of my favorites out here. There's a couple names that I like that are in the chat, usually on lives. One of them being Knee Clapper. I'm a big fan of Knee Clapper. Who else? Hashtag Free Switchblade. I don't know if you guys know this. Apparently, Switchblade is in jail. And there is person in our chat called Free Switchblade. So everybody knows that. There's Woo. Hey, by the way, Woo. Welcome to Woo. Woo's for the children. Free Switchblade is a chant that we do around here. Got a hashtag.
Yeah. I get a lot of messages like, "Hey, I can't actually say your name in chat." And I'm like, "Yeah." Let's keep that on the down low.
Okay, so this is a good. So, are you excited to go to 82, Clam? How are your feelings about at this point now with 71? So, just thinking about 71. What are you guys taking away? Happy, sad.
Well, I've been here for the last preseason. I've met a lot of great people.
Oh, dipped out. You're dipped out on me. You just dipped out, Clam. Discord cut.
Oh,
Yeah,
did it cut?
I think there's too many.
cut on you.
I think there's too many people watching you. I think that's the problem. I think you need like everybody to just log off and stop streaming.
Son of a bitch.
I think you need like everybody.
All right.
Now I can hear you just fine. Until you start talking
All right.
again.
No, I really think I loved 71. Loved all the people.
It was your home.
nothing.
Three seasons. It was your home.
Yeah, and I had a great time. Whether it was FS4, FSX, I mean.
You are leaving Wisconsin. Oh, he's talking. He's just cutting out. Yeah, I don't know what happened. You guys are cutting out all of a sudden. Good thing this didn't happen earlier. This would have been a sad story. Before I drank whiskey, this would have been more stressful. It would have been a lot more stressful. Hold on, let me see if I can correct you guys. I don't know why it's cutting in and out, but Discord is a special place.
I'm here, but
Yeah, it's funny because you're fine once you start. You're like, I'm here. Oh, did you cut out? Oh, and then as soon as you start talking, it's like.
am I still good?
Yeah, now you are. Of course.
Oh,
Of course, because you're checking how you sound. It's fine.
so you asked how I felt about like the actual server.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I really enjoyed playing with everyone on this server. I mean, you not so much.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. That's what Panther tells me all the time.
Yeah, this QB guy, whoever he is.
It's not a. Yeah, I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
Well, I doubt it, but no, I mean seriously, you actually taught me a lot just through private conversation.
It's been an honor playing with you, Clam. I take it any day of the week. You're welcome to join me any day of the week. I must say though, I have to tell you, I have to be honest with everybody. I honestly believe, and I know I've said this, my team doesn't believe me because they're just like, yeah, I've heard that before. I truly believe that we will be on 118 for life. I don't plan on going anywhere. I can't wait to experience battles and fights with this new family. And fight. They've been incredibly nice, welcoming people. Like, it's incredible. The amount of effort that they've done to reach out beforehand, I've never seen anything like it. When I was joining 71, none of you clowns reached out. You guys didn't care. You guys were like, oh, you're coming? Okay, whatever.
I wasn't going to reach out to you.
See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I mean, I was kind of threatened, like when you joined 71. To be honest,
what were you threatened by me for? Did I say I was going to burn you?
I fought you for 3 seasons.
Right.
So I knew how strong you were. So I was like, shit, like, are they trying to push me out?
By bringing me in?
It would have been good if they did. I'm just saying.
Oh, you.
I was brought in to protect Wisconsin. That was my main goal. I think I did it well.
I felt nothing but hugs and kisses from you.
See?
But, the other folks.
So, Wisconsin, you are moving to 184. We take a look at 184. These people, I keep saying, the president's picture fits in with a Wisconsin place where you belong. I mean, he's outside your dive bar right now, Wisconsin, like just ready to fight somebody.
He's ready to brawl, and I've had a handful of messages with him. Nothing but, great. The kicker is, my name is Wisconsin's Finest, and all of the ladies that are moving with us are like, this guy looks too good, and I'm like, I almost might regret this.
He's gonna make your feet. He's gonna put your feet to shame. He starts showing his feet.
I mean, it makes me be like, do I need to go? Get my beard trimmed? Do I gotta go? Like, what do I gotta do?
Well, you guys, there's no doubt. So Shady Pun was your recruiter, I believe. Danny was the guy I spoke to a lot at DWA. I spoke with a few people from 184 actually before I recommended them to you. They just at the end of the day, they're just fighters. Like, they're just crazy.
Danny and Pun both I've talked with Pun probably a little bit more than Danny, but both of them have been very responsive, very great. They've been able to help out with, hey, this person might be my ride or die. Like, can we, if the power levels work out, can we put them into a first alliance rather than a second alliance? Because that's how it's going to potentially work to start, while everything gets settled. You know how it goes. And we're not moving a small group, and so there's going to be movement. And so a couple of folks from Korea, they asked to be together, but their power levels were different. same with some people in Europe, and they were more than accommodating to try and make it work. And I've never felt more popular in my life than waking up to 45 DMs of, hey, we need this, we need that, or like, where are we at, from folks on FS4, FSX,
Well,
and it's definitely been a learning experience, to say the least.
this team looks pretty strong when you think that they're going to add, when you think that they will be adding this power to it. So they are moving with King, who is 392 million hero power. What a shame. I mean, this guy was almost on 190. Oh, what a shame for Smooth not to be able to recruit him. Had him all penciled in. Hope it's not a pen. Got to erase it, because it is now 184. Who else is moving with you?
So if you scroll down just a little bit, I can. I mean, it's not unknown news. The folks are approved, so even if they wanted to back out, they will be auto transferred. But someone like Blackhawk will be moving with me.
Love Blackhawk.
And then
great dude right there.
And then Rhett will also be.
Brett. Good stuff. Just had a conversation with Brett. Said our goodbyes. Didn't get to play enough.
And to add to it, like, Clam, what you were saying, 71 made it feel very different and very homely when we've been here. The Discord channels, talking about life, talking not just game. Like, it was very welcoming. It's bittersweet. For me, I'm leaving a lot of y'all, and from my 78 group that I grew up playing the game with. And it's definitely weird in that regard, to be able to reunite with a couple of old 78 people that had transferred from season 2 and reunite with them, but at the same time losing a handful of you guys. It's a weird dynamic, and it's a, I don't know what else to say other than it's kind of strange. That, sure, I can send you coordinates, but I might not be able to get over to you to reinforce you because I know you're going to be burning. But it's definitely one of those things that's a weird dynamic, because QB, you and I have only played together about 6 months or so.
It's true.
Clam and I have been playing together since 2 years.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely it's a weird, not divorce, but like, it's a weird dynamic shift of, if I got matched up against 82 in versus, I won't be poured in right next to him. Like, he's one of my great friends.
Well, he'll burn
in
you.
this game.
Well, he'll burn you. Why would you do that? It's a terrible strategic move.
Well, but I know that I know that he can't get through both of my walls. So he'll get about 50 extra troops. That's about it.
I hear you. I mean, honestly, it's why we play this game. Everybody, talks about it, and it's amazing. Everybody's so worried about what's wrong with the game and what's the downfall of the game, and the devs. Who gives a shit about the devs? I care about Wisconsin and care about Clam, care about, the people on my team, playing this game, bringing somebody like Panther back. Like, that was a huge hit to us when we were sitting there playing and Panther had to leave us. The entire group of us took a hit because somebody disappeared. I didn't go and say, like, oh, the devs this, dev. I don't give a shit. When you play this game and you play for the people that you actually are in your alliance that you care about, you downloaded a silly war game and all of a sudden you care intensely about a group of people. that you want to play the game with, that you log on and say hello to, that you're actually care about these folks that you're playing with. It's incredibly meaningful, and it doesn't really matter about these little silly things about your little rewards here and there, and they didn't allow you to do this and that. It's like, give me a break. If you could do it with the same people that you enjoy playing the game with, that's all you really care about. It's moving on, and you guys, who knows what happens, right? Like, you guys don't know what the future holds. Wisconsin could end up on 82. Clam could end up on 184. You just guys don't know. You both could end up on 118. I highly recommend it, by the way.
Are you trying to already recruit us?
100%. Listen,
season away?
If anybody knows me, I have not had the opportunity yet, but as quick as I was able and as hard as I worked to find you a home and find my team a home, if I could one time be able to work that hard to actually recruit instead of having to recruit out, it would be awesome, because I would love to bring people in to play for a change.
I mean, and to your credit, that call, I mean, it was last week tonight, and we were on the phone 2.5 hours. We were going back and forth, DMs in the game, on Discord. We were all over the place. Like, it was madness.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And that's the biggest takeaway, is like, there is a lot of it's side work, and it's not just like a network of like, hey, I had a DM with this random server. It's no, you got to work different connections, different this, not just, as I found out, to my detriment, was being able to see the whole picture of things that I missed because I wasn't on the same world chat, and right. I wasn't seeing everything, and the whole scope of it is a big thing to kind of put into perspective.
Yeah, it just becomes more than game. It just becomes like amazing people that you have, and here I am trying to get playing the game less, and then I get myself into the WWC world of live, and now I got even more people, because now there's just freaking amazing people that are involved with the WWC that I just cannot get away. I would never want to separate from some of these folks that are here all the time showing up. It's an absolute blast of seeing them. So it's just gotten more. I'm just getting deeper and deeper into the Last Four universe of people. It's all about people. It's amazing, the people that play this game, and to find those connections. And if you're only playing by yourself, I'm sure when you're seeing all these people that are willing to quit and just walk away and have this happen and just be like, I'm out of here, and peace out. You're not playing the same game. You're just not playing the same game for the same reasons. It sucks to be able to do that. So, it is what it is. But you guys, good luck. I'll tell you what, your servers match up pretty well, by the way. I don't know if you realize it, but like adding in Kings 378 or 380, 389 or something. What was he? Something like that, right? So adding him in between the 420 and the 280, you guys got good little power team there. Let's see how many.
I think adding him at 392, and then with top adding Hulk at 460. I mean, and their top power levels, it's definitely gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Just overall, it'll be fun, and it'll be kind of a great.
Let me go to that. You guys were close. Let me go 82. Oh, why am I keep doing this? Like, I forget I can type in like a dope. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean 326, 320, but then with Hulks. Yeah, you guys are pretty close. I don't know how deep this is though. Yeah, you're deeper. 82 is deeper than 184. So, but I actually have to. I don't know if you guys noticed, but somebody had pointed out. So, you guys, we went through all the power yesterday when we were looking with everybody on the stream, looking at all the power servers, and some of the top power servers that were listed was like 150. You guys know this? Do you guys even know 150? Because I didn't really pay attention to 150. Are you guys aware of this? No, did I lose? I might have lost Clam and Wisconsin. They're on, but it's in it. So, no, I was not aware of 150 QB. Well, it was. I was looking at it with everybody, and 96 and 150 seemed to be strong. But then somebody yesterday pointed out a message right before I left. I don't remember what server it was, but he said, "Look at 160, was it, or something?" They were taking from, I forget, it was somewhere in here. We know how strong 150 is. Oh, right here. He said 159. Look at 159. This is really interesting. So look, it says, "We are full. L4P from 150 is coming." I was like, oh, wow, who the hell is L4P? I don't know the difference because 150 is so strong. L4P from 150 is coming to 159. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? And so I looked at 150 and how strong they are, and I looked at L4P, and that's the top alliance at 150. So I was like, oh, wow. So they must be moving to 159. So it just, what got me thinking is, everything looks amazing with these servers, these strong servers. On the outside, it looks amazing. And then you start hearing things like the top alliances just are leaving the, you don't want to deal with 150 as strong as they are, and then you hear their top alliance is clearly leaving. So things on the inside, as the story tonight shows with 71's story, from the outside you just see a story of 3 VIP 18s and think how strong it is and how amazing it is to move here and do whatever. But then you hear this story like this tonight and you realize that not all appears, it may appear wonderful, but in actuality, it's horrible on what things are happening. So I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this server, 159. Okay. Oh wow. Only 10 people over 200. So that's a good get for this server to pull in the top team from the other server. Wow. From 150. That is a power shift dynamic right there. What was their top? 275 and 224. Wow. I wonder what gold they're taking from 150. 150,
one of the things that you said is very apparent. Like, the early stages of transfers, some people might have already worked out deals, or, hey, we're all moving here.
Mm-hmm.
It's take a breath. Things get very fluid. Details need to get hammered out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just we're all moving. It's, well, we might have 4 purples. You have 5 seats, but you have 2 friends from another server.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want our gold and 4 purples? Like, a lot of those things are very fluid, and that's one of the big things that I took away from trying to run this process.
Yeah, I think that's for everybody. Like, nothing's concrete on servers. Even a server, one thing I will tell you, I wish I had said I made a migration video, and one of the things I did miss to say was, don't give up. If somebody says that they're full and they're not taking you, and you really want to go to a server, yeah, give it. Like you said, take a breath, wait. If you don't have a server that you're dying to go to get in, and you're not sure, and there's an opportunity to play somewhere, just give it a minute, because you don't know what could go sideways. And people go to this server, and then they have a seat open, and then you could get people in. It's just a difficult process. It's hard to do with only the power seats that are available to not make this. This is a great story right here. I mean, they were a completely open server. They're bringing in all these people from L4P. I don't know if they're getting the golds from L4P. There was one guy that's gold. That'll be interesting to see if they fill these 2 gold seats. But if they fill these 2 gold seats, plus fill all these seats up, it's going to be an interesting dynamic to look for these servers, because they could be semi-open, and then you took a dead server and you brought it back to life. 71 will be a dead server, by the way. For all those that are, I actually had people reach out to me going, we're like, hey, I'm going to come over to 71. I'm like, not advisable.
I got a couple of those same messages, so
yeah, not advisable.
I
mean,
understand
honestly,
what you mean.
Guys, like, to just be honest with you, what's happening here? Nobody is sure what's happening here. That is what we all know. But here, like, transfer. Is Jin staying?
No.
Okay, transfer.
She's going to be moving.
Blackhawk transfer. TGO, don't know. I don't know about. I imagine he's. I don't know. Is he moving 82?
Atreus is going to be moving. Myself, Miley, Clamhammer.
Oh, okay. Wisconsin moving. G, I don't know. I don't even know if G will keep playing, but maybe. Miley, Clam. Don't know about Endless. Rhett moving. Sham moving? I didn't hear if Sham was moving. I don't know what was going on.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I think this is just a point of, the majority of our top 20 here in hero power are going to be gone. So, yeah. 71 had a problem. They didn't think they were going to get a gold, but I think next season there will be a gold available on 71. So, and I'll leave you with this, guys. You guys are going to have a hard time. You better get yourself mentally prepared, because next season you're going to have to find a way to try to say no to me when I recruit both of you. So you better figure that out. Get your speech ready. Talk to somebody. Figure out how you're going to handle that situation.
I mean, I'm sure that we'll be in touch probably every day or every other day, like we normally are, anyways.
I don't take no lightly, so you both are going to have to. There'll be a recruitment pitch.
The question is, do you really want to put up with a situation, at least for me, where you're going to randomly wake up to a foot picture in Alliance chat?
Yeah. I mean, I have you blocked in the game, so I wouldn't get it anyway.
Oh, so you just unblocked me just for this conversation?
Yeah, just for this one. And I put you back on block, and I try to only communicate you on Discord.
Fair. All right, we can go with that.
I mean, that's how I handle it. I know how Clam handles it, but that's how I handled it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're a Packers fan, so around the Bears game, I have to block you.
I mean, hey, it was a great game. Congratulations to your Bears, as much as I hate to say it.
You shouldn't say it.
I mean, your boy Caleb Williams balled out,
Your coach sucks.
and yeah. Well, you didn't need to go at Matt LaFleur like that.
Fleur. Give him the flowers. Yes. No, not going to happen. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you for joining the live. Do you have anything to leave the people with before we cut out?
No, I just hope that everyone kind of got a little glimpse and a little takeaway from the chaos of transfers. But otherwise, thank you for letting me jump on.
I think you both are fantastic. So happy to have you both on. Thank you for joining us. Clam, you still there?
Probably not.
See, I think there was something wrong with Clam's Wi-Fi over there to begin with.
I mean, you know how that guy is.
He's not cold. He's selling before he's gonna have that tequila, and I think he just I think he had too much tequila on a Monday night.
On a Monday night, that nuke reactor is going to be a little rough tomorrow.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you very much, guys. WWC, thank you for joining us. I will tell you that tomorrow I will have an unprecedented 3 days in a row. Yes, can you believe it? 3 days in a row. Because I did not get to your battle reports and questions and things tonight. As you know, I can't go without actually taking in the questions to figure out what they were from tonight. So I will get them. I will answer the questions that were left tomorrow when we start the stream, and have a bunch of battle reports that we need to get caught up on and go before they expire. So we will do battle reports and questions on Tuesday night to get caught up with everybody. All right. But with that, hope you enjoyed it. Everybody, thank you for joining. For Clam, for Wisconsin, QB18 out.